Right. Well, the veteran is Discovery. 39 missions out of the 135 that was flown by the Space Shuttle fleet. It had the reputation of being the most practical and also the most dependable shuttle. And everybody really enjoyed flying Discovery, and that's why it was chosen to go to the Air and Space Museum for the Smithsonian. They got the #1 pick, so they took Discovery. And as you mentioned, the Endeavour will go out to Los Angeles to that Air and Space Museum out there, and also to the Intrepid will be the Enterprise. Now, the Enterprise never flew in space, but it was used for drop and landing missions like you see right here, dropped from the top of this 747, in fact. It's been around for now over 30 years, about 35 years. It's ferried a lot of shuttles back after they've landed out in California at Edwards Air Force Base. It would ferry them just like it's ferrying Discovery up to the Smithsonian, back from California across the country. And a lot of people got to see them come in and land down here. But this is the first time that shuttle has been over a populated area like Washington, D.C. And right now it's on the final approach as we see Thomas, and it's beautiful sitting there. And I think that the most heart-rending event, if you will, just heart-pulling on it, you know, this is going to be the last flight for shuttle Discovery. Now, it's a flight from here up there, but it will go on display permanently in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, which is only 3 or 4 miles away from where it's landing here.
I just want to remind everybody, Jay, for those that are just joining us, we're watching the breaking news as the NASA Space Shuttle Discovery, which was flown out of Kennedy Space Center atop a NASA shuttle carrier aircraft, which is a modified 747 jet. It was flown out this morning. It's en route to Dulles International Airport right now. As I've been talking with NBC Space correspondent Jay Barber, we've been watching the final flight here of Discovery, which has taken an extended time period on their final approach there to get on the ground, to give people there within the Mid-Atlantic region an opportunity to jump outside and see this. Jay, as you said, down south in Florida today, they also made extra time once they took off so people could step outside and see Discovery leaving.
They sure did, Thomas. They took about 20 or 30 minutes to fly around the area because people were lined up and down the beaches, and then they made one pass over Discovery's launch pads at the Kennedy Space Center, and then you could see them climb out and head for this landing they're now making at the Dulles International Airport in Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. We're watching it here now, Thomas, as it comes in for its final approach. Everything looks good. Gear is down right where it should be, so they should be touching down here just any moment. You can see the houses underneath, and everything is going perfectly for the final flight of Discovery. Made 39 into space. It stayed 365 days, a full year in space, Thomas.
Jay, for so many people that have seen a launch and seen a return and a landing, they'll never forget it. I know I witnessed one when I was working as a reporter in Florida, and it was fantastic. You have seen all of these. What's it like for you to see where Discovery is going today, and knowing how many people are going to get to experience it now that it's going to have a home at the Smithsonian?
Well, it's really it's tough to know that the space shuttles will not fly anymore. But one thing that is happening here now, the Orion spacecraft, it will be arriving in a couple of months. The first one that will fly, it will be unmanned. It'll fly in a year or two, in late 2013 or early 2014. Here comes a touchdown, Thomas. They're over the end of the runway. You can see the smoke from the tires. The 747 is down now. The nose wheel is still up. It's coming in. Here we go, the final touchdown for Discovery. Its new home at the Air and Space Museum of the Smithsonian Institute in Chantilly, Virginia. And you saw that P-38 aircraft that went right in front of us, very low, only 50 feet off the ground. It escorted the shuttle all the way from the Cape here this morning, the Kennedy Space Center, to Dulles in Virginia. A good landing, Thomas.